everyone, welcome to another episode here on Creators Call Shop. It's a whole new week and I've got a whole new bunch of ideas to work on. The first thing I thought I would start with is the stuff in these two trays, if I can. When I was cleaning up after the last project, which was Poppy's Praise Book, I found just little things that I thought, oh, I could do this or I could do that with it, or things that I had not quite finished up. So I thought I threw them all in here, and I thought maybe it would be nice to just kind of go through it and organize it and put it, do with it what I want to do, you know? So I'm not sure exactly where we're going to wind up in this project. So go ahead and grab your stuff, and if you have a project you're wanting to work on, go ahead and bring it to the craft table, and if not, just grab your seat and your drink and get comfy, and we will get started right after this. And we're back. Okay, so I have just been on a mad scramble lately to just use up things, and I'm tired of looking at things, and I just want them out of my stash. It's like I keep fingering the same things over and over again and then not really doing anything with them. Okay, so this is a random book cover, and I used the pages in those journals that I made earlier in the spring. They're still sitting in my shop. They're the one, I still have several in my shop. They're the one signature journals. But anyway, I used some of these pages from this book, the last of them, and so I have the cover. And what I want to do is cut out these images so that they can be used to decorate ephemera, because they are, after all, Monet's. I gotta grab my scissors, hang on. Not as prepared as I thought I was. Okay, armed with my decollage scissors and my mini pinking shears, I'm gonna go to town, cut these guys out. And apologies to Mr. Monet. I'm going to cut off a little teensy bit at the edge of his painting. I realized, I guess that was yesterday, that we've officially been home from our Scotland trip for a month. So that made me just a wee bit sad. Yeah. And then I realized, boy, summer is going by very quickly, and I still want to enjoy a lot of it. So have to figure out how to do that, because again, too stinking hot outside to really enjoy a lot, although I was able to get out in the garden a little bit. Okay, I like that. Next, oh, I forgot to mention, hubby is out of the house at the moment, and so I am filming. It's possible he'll come home in the middle, then the dog will bark, then we'll have to take a pause. And I forgot to start my timer. There we go. We'll have to take a pause for the commotion. A commotion break. These are kind of glossy. Uh-oh. I'm getting a phone call. There we go. Junk. Why do all the spammers have my number? It was one of the worst things the cell phone companies ever did, was allow junk mail people to have access to your private phone number. It was so nice not getting junk mail, and now I get, I mean, you know, not getting junky calls. Now I get spam calls and spam texts and sometimes spam emails. You spend more of your life sifting through the crud than you do actually enjoying the things that have merit, you know? There you go. That's my little thought for the day. I don't know. Should I save that? I don't know. I just really like that title, but I don't know that I would actually use it. I don't really plan to make a Monet journal or anything. I'm trying to stay in frame, on camera. So hopefully I'm doing okay. Really nice outside. It was a little bit overcast yesterday, and so that meant it could cool down last night. So I do have my window open a little bit for longer than normal. It meant we could actually even open up. And then, said on my phone, you know, because I'm looking, somewhere around between 11 and 12, we had a 30% chance of rain, and then between 12 and 1, we had a 40% chance of rain. So on the weather app thing, it says 30% chance of rain today and 40% chance of rain tomorrow, which sounds really good, but it was within a 1 hour time span, which was kind of funny. I thought that was funny. Okay, so we have these, and these can be added to ephemera as pockets. So part of my cleaning up is that I have been collaging like crazy, and I thought it would be nice to just put some neutral bases in my Etsy shop. So I'll cut them out, you know, and cut them into tags and journal card shapes, but just have the neutrals. If any of you would be interested in that, let me know, because it does take time. I thought this would make a nice tag shape, and I want to copy a tag shape I already have. Oh, I talk about unprepared. I like this size. What size is that? 3 by 6 1/4. But I like the printing here and here, so I thought that would be really cool. We don't need Jack Schuler says. Well, actually, you could cover that up, couldn't you? Jack Schuler is one of the guys that helped organize this book of songs. I don't have a pencil. Good grief, sorry. This is what happens when you clean up. Here. You put everything away, and usually it's just sitting right here. Okay, so I want to trace that here. So anyway, yeah, I've been going through cleaning out papers that I'm sick to death of looking at, and the fastest way to use them up, I think, is through collage. And then fabrics, going through all my fabrics and making, I have some snippet rolls that I tried a couple of years ago, and they were just looking kind of blah, and now that I have a little more experience, I guess you could say, under my belt, I decided to doctor them up a little bit better. And then this is weird, but I went through all of my little pieces that I've been throwing aside for snippet rolls, and kind of organized them by color, because I work better when I can organize by a theme or create like all in the same color or what have you. I should have grabbed my big scissors when I was over there, but I hesitate to get up one more time. I didn't want to prevail upon your good nature. Oops, that's not very straight. Okay, what I'm going to do, give myself a little hand here. I'm going to run these through the chopper. Then I only have two edges to cut by hand instead of all of them. I kind of drew that a little bit faintly on here, so it's kind of hard to see the line. Also, we have the added advantage, this will wind up with straight edges. Let me do that real quick. And I will chop both of these off camera really fast. There, see, now all I have to do is this. I'm just going to turn that around to make sure I get it exactly right. Swap corners. There we go. And now, doesn't that make a cool tag back? I do need to draw. Oh, it's a little tall too. Okay, we'll do that. And I need to draw my circle punch, which I will have to also do later because my circle punch and my big scissors are still put away. Okay, so yeah, I can do that later. Now let's run this one through the lopper. Okay, I am back. We'll just use this one to trim off the corners here. So I've been making fabric flips and snippet rolls, all kinds of things, but I made some extra fabric flips, so I will be putting those in my shop directly. I'll let you know when they're there for sure, because I'm busy filming right at the moment, so haven't got them in my shop yet. I don't know if they'll be there quite yet when you see this week. So look at this, made some really cool scraps though. Isn't that neat? It's got the piano keys. Oh, that is so cool. I wish I'd had that for the last journal, huh? This will just be interesting background strip. And this one. So that's kind of cool. Okay, I keep setting this tray down on my trash can, and then I keep trying to throw out my trash, and it's during the lopping off break, I grabbed my long scissors and the hole punch. So there you go. But I did not grab the reinforcements. So anyway, oh, that looks off center. It says, oh dear me. That one's not too bad. This one is way off center. So I have been making, to finish my thought from earlier, I've been making fabric flips and all kinds of things. We'll get all that put away a bit. So I'm wanting to put in pre-made ephemera bases and cards out of the collages I've been doing. And then I have fabric flips that I have assembled. I need to iron them before I can list them. And what else? I don't know. What else was I going to put in there? Oh, I made some clusters. Yeah. So I've been doing other things off screen too. Oh, and then look at this. There's that strip. Oh, that is so cool. Okay, putting those aside. Putting these aside. These aside. We'll add Monet to the music scrap pile. Set that over there. Okay, live your dream. So when I was getting back into paper crafting, I was first going back into watching mini albums, you know, making mini albums and stuff. Sorry, I see my pencils out of place. And then I somehow stumbled across a gal who did cards, and she was also into pre-making your little embellishments for your cards. So I went through, I used up a bunch of old stickers and scraps, and I like this, but you know what it needs? It needs something else. It needs like a little Tim Holtz person or something. I thought I only had a couple sitting on my table, and so they weren't quite right. But I need somebody tall and thin. And I'm thinking one of the children would be nice. Oh, she would be cute. Just hanging off the edge. I mean, it's not very colorful, so I was thinking more like a guy kind of a thing. He's the chauffeur. Live your dream. His hand gets in the way. I think the hubster might be home here. Oh, here we go. This cute little boy. Live your dream. Yep, he is. Hang on just a second. Yep, hubby came home, sent dog into deliriums of delight. Lots of running in circles and spasms of tail wagging. Anyway, he's home. Gave me a second to find this little guy though. I think he's cute. He's little. He still has dweems. When my daughter was little, my number one daughter, she could not say her R's. And so she would say dweem. I'm having scowy dweems in my brains, Mom. That's what she said. It's very cute. Very, very eloquently put for a 2-year-old. I still remember that. Scowy dweems in my brains. At least you knew where the dreams came from. Let's see. I might zoom in just a skosh, but remind me to zoom back out later so you can see the rest of what I'm doing. Here we go. The other thing I thought it would be nice to have behind there, because he's kind of neutral. I've got a piece of trash, sorry. He's kind of neutral, and then this is kind of blah, but it needs a little something. And I thought maybe it'd be nice to put it on a piece of fabric, so I grabbed out my bigger pieces, not knowing exactly what I want. So did I show you on camera this mess? It might crinkle too much because of the plastic. I'm trying to be conscious of that, and I forget all the time. I don't think I want plaid with plaid. That might be a little much. I wonder, I don't know if denim would work. Oh, I have these little denim square thingies that came from a thrift store at one point. So I love it when people pre-cut their squares and donate them to the thrift shop. That might be too busy though. I have a bunch of different kinds though, so don't worry, all is not lost. I'm just gonna dig off camera over here for a sec. I think all my patterns are mostly, all my fabrics are mostly patterned. is the problem. And I don't know what color would go with that. Oh, here's one. This might work, even though it's a pattern with a pattern. This was part of a lovely gift from Pam Van E. Thanks, Pam. Is that? I need rust and olive green. I like it, but that's not gonna work. I have a plain brown. Is brown too blah? I'm doing a lot of talking off camera, but not much decisioning. Oh, deciding. There's a different one that might actually work better in that same stash. I just feel like it's so... It's the right colors. It just needs a little something under it. I know. I'll find a piece of muslin, which is not in this bag. All my plain ones are in a different spot. So I think I will set you aside. What I'm thinking is just go around with some plain muslin here that's a little bit brighter, and then he'll stand out against it, and then this will be the background. And then we could make it into like a journal topper. So I've discovered journal toppers. I need a paper clip. I didn't realize this could be a thing, so now I'm taken with that. And so one of these days I'm gonna put some together, and we'll do that together on camera and play around. But he could be pre-made journal topper. Okay, good idea. So now you're still back in the idea box. Okay, so next thing is I have these really old labels that, again, I think they were freebies from somewhere. Early days back in 2014 or 15, trying to get back into paper scrapping. And so I don't know. But paper crafting, not paper scrapping, although it's probably a good name for it, because that's all you do is make scraps. So I have these little guys. These are called Caloozles, and these are from my early days of paper scrapping crafting. The lid's not gonna stay on there. And the nice thing about it is it had concentric shapes so that you could cut things out before there were die cut machines and scan and cut and all that. You had Caloozles or other tools. This one, I need to get it in the groove. So you put the swivel blade here in the groove. I can't see what I'm doing. Can't see where I'm at. Why aren't you? You're probably pushing too tightly. It's not going in. You don't want to move it because you want your circle to line up. So you don't want to lift this and move it around. Okay, so yeah, and then you just trace the shape. And of course I picked the one that's right in the middle, so that was real smart. And normally there's just a little piece to trim off in between. I did not do the best job of cutting that. Admittedly, yeah, I left a big wide space to trim around. But anyway, it's a nice way to get your shapes and things cut out uniformly. So I printed these off, and some of them printed off this page. But I thought perhaps I could cut them out finally after however many years, what, like 7 years? 2017 to 20, oh, maybe that's only 5 years. No, not 2014 to 2022. 8 years of them sitting in my stash. Maybe we could actually cut them out and use them. But on these ones that are on the edge, I just want to make it big enough to fit right inside the color. So I still get some of that colored border. I hope I don't get my head in the way, guys. It's very hard to see. Anyway, so this is how I did that. I can't get it in. into like the groove. Here, you go that way. It's like it's not getting up to the edge. I'm gonna have to go see what's going on with that. These, you can still find these on eBay. The little template things. Can't even remember what they're called. But they're silly expensive. There's not very many of them, and people are definitely, in my opinion, overvaluing them. And they're mostly all the beginning shapes that you started with. Okay, it's a little off, but I can fix that later. And then I have these little label shapes that are also on there. So I don't remember who this was from. Somebody I clearly don't watch anymore. But it would just be nice to have them all cut out and ready to go, wouldn't it? I'm not going to cut out all of them on camera because that would just be too much. Too much to inflict on you guys. But you can get a sense of me cleaning off my table. Some days are just like that. You just need to clean things up and get them in a usable state, right? Okay, so that's what I'm going to do with all of these, but that's going to take a really long time. But I just wanted to show you. That's how I'm going to do it with my Coloozle mat. I have this styrofoam mat. I think I talked about this in my video of favorite tools. Okay, I'll set those aside. Move the fabric away. Okay, so I have these little guys too, and found at a thrift store. See, at the Youth Ranch. Oh, so sad, guys. The Youth Ranch, which is a local, regional thrift store, and it benefits disadvantaged youth and youth with emotional difficulties and stuff. Statewide, it's pretty big. And their big warehouse, which I have also shown you in a video well, a couple years ago, they have the bins similar to what the Goodwill bins are. And it caught on fire last week. So last week? Maybe it was 2 weeks ago now. 2 weeks ago. The whole big warehouse, the bins are where everything goes before, it's kind of like its last chance before it hits the landfill. So it's all the stuff that went to the different thrift stores or was donated and then didn't sell, but they take it there, and then you can dig through it like at the Goodwill bins. And the whole thing caught on fire, whole thing. And so $2 million they estimate in damage of what was lost. And of course, once there's fire, all that smoke smell, everything that's there is pretty much deemed worthless. It can't be used anymore. So that's too bad. And I haven't been to the bins for, oh gosh. Well, I haven't gone during COVID, so it's been a couple of years. But it was nice to go there once in a while. There's no bathrooms. It's extremely hot in the summer. And I've never gone in the winter. But a lot of people go there. Now what I'm doing here is I'm taking this waxy stuff called Buff and Rub. And I'm going over these because I used one in Poppy's Praise Book. But I thought it just looked a little blah. And I wanted to see if I couldn't just bring out the pattern. Sorry, did my head just go in that shot? I hope not. I wanted to see if I couldn't just bring out the pattern a little bit, you know? I don't think this is the right color. I wish I had like white, and I don't have waxy white. That's a bummer. Might work okay. See, like the snowflake. Probably shouldn't be bronze. The crown could be bronze though. So I'm using my fingers to, and this Q-tip thing. It's a makeup applicator of some sort, but I have them in the craft room as Q-tips for things, for my chalks and all that. So anyway, it occurred to me after I'd used it in that journal, because that was the first one I'd used, I think, that perhaps we could bring out the pattern on this a little bit more. But it's not working very well. Well, bummer. It's probably because it's wax on silicone, and silicone is meant to resist wax, so the only thing getting waxy is my finger. Oh, bummer. Okay, well, I'll have to think on that. I do want to bring out the pattern, but the design, you know, but obviously not with this stuff. I don't know how well paint would do. I don't know. Could I ink it? Well, let's try it oops, just as an experiment, and then see. I don't know. If the wax doesn't stay on, the ink sure as heck isn't gonna stay on, especially now that I have wax under it. Okay, well, that didn't work. That was a bust. So I'll just put that aside. I'll figure something out, but obviously not today. But they look really cool, and as you see on the package, they suggest you can use them on an envelope or something. And the side of the package is torn, so they fall out all the time. I thought I taped that. Oh, I did. Okay. Anyway, self-adhesive envelope seals. They're really cute. They make great accents, so maybe it tells me on there what I could use. Okay, let's put that away before I get messy. Okay, next. I lost my glasses. There we go. Next thing. So I have all these little stickers. I think I was gonna turn them into stamps. Postage stamps or something. Oh, I know what I want to do actually. Before I do that, where's all this? Oh, okay. Now I remember. I had all those little scraps. I wanted to put those on. These are embellishments, focal points. Sorry, you can't even see what I'm looking at. I just threw a bunch of stuff in here, hoping that it would miraculously become something. Oh, I think I wanted to decorate journal cards or something. So that's still a possibility. Oh, okay. I know what I wanted to do with this though. Here, you guys scoot aside for a minute. Boy, all of a sudden I'm unraveling, aren't I? What I wanted to do with this was put it on a piece of book page, which I happen to have right here. This is from a children's book, so let's do that instead, and we'll tear it down to a size that we like. This has those edges on it from where it got torn out of a children's reader, which are great for stamping on. That's another video. Another video coming down the pike. So I can make stamped embellishments. Like I said, I just got so many ideas. It's crazy. And it's nice to finally just get to it. Okay, so what I was thinking, and hopefully it looks good because it has this thing down the center. Oh, it might. That would help me center it up. So I want a piece that is about, well, journal card sized. 1, 2, 3. Let's do like a 3.5 by 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Let's do that. Well, now it's not going to be centered. If I want 3.5 and I want it centered, let's do this part first. I'm going to tear off the bottom first so I can see the length. That way I can tear off an even amount on both sides. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I want to take off 1.5 inches, so that's 3/4 inch on each side. Okay, that does not look like 3/4 inch. It's because this is slightly wider. Okay, go right there. Boy, I got all croaky. So yeah, after this, I am going to go down and make dinner. Get dinner prepped, not make dinner, but let's get to where I'm actually taking off 3/4 inch, shall I? Yeah. See, now it's not lining up. How does it look visually? All of a sudden it's like not. Okay, let's do that. I'm gonna go down and get dinner going. I'm gonna marinate the chicken. So we have this recipe that we've had for a really long time. Tom got it from a coworker. I'm gonna zoom you out a bit. There we go. Because I'm definitely not working in frame. Tom got this recipe from a coworker ages ago, and it's a marinade. And we don't know the name of it or where where she got the recipe. It's really good. So we just call it the Awesome Marinade. It has about 15 ingredients. So what I try to do is when I make it, I try to make extra so that I can have it for another time. So I kind of double the marinade recipe because it has like soy sauce and vinegar and ginger and this sounds Asian, but it's not, rosemary and dry mustard and maybe some thyme. I mean, I haven't made it for a while. It has lemon juice. It has like several things on the sour side, several things on the sweet, and several things on the savory side. So it's really good, and it's really good on fish. I don't even eat fish. It's really good on chicken or beef or even pork, although I haven't tried it on pork. So what I'm going for here is that botanical look where they layer things up. Looks like somebody lost an antenna. Oh, so sad. I hope I didn't de-antenna a butterfly. I like it when they're just lined up like that. Now, theoretically, they go concentrically. Yeah, it'll work. Because I think that one's too small. Yep, this one will work. I found some more of these stickers in my stash the other day, too. So that was a nice surprise. So yeah, I thought those would look really cool on there. And then it can be backed and turned into a journal card. So we're going to ink. What can I back it on? I have, oh, maybe I could back it on this tag over here that I pulled out for my template. Still have to chop off some book page, but that's okay. Would that look okay on there? No. I think I like it better as a journal card. Okay, so there's that one. Yeah, it's definitely longer on, it's wider on one side than the other. Do we dare try to fix that on camera? No telling what could happen. So it is about a full ½ an inch from the middle of that. Well, it says it's centered. It doesn't look centered. It definitely looks off. So I'm going to do just a teensy bit, teensy bit, teensy bit off this side. There we go. Probably should snip this one to make it more straight, but it just gives it some character. Okay, and then we'll ink around that. And then, try to see how much time I have left on my timer. Yeah, so tonight we're gonna have the yummy marinated chicken with the awesome marinade. I'm fiddling with things off camera, you can't see me. I'm looking for this backing I know I have. Oh, I know which one I could use. I have a couple of pieces from the fly leaves of books, and they're really stiff. They're thick paper. So that'll work. This one is completely nothing on it. This one has stuff on it. So I think I'll use this one because look how pretty it is. Look how pretty. So I'll do that, and then we're gonna have, I want potato salad. And I went to Costco yesterday and forgot to grab the potato salad. They have good potato salad there. I love potato salad. I do not like making potato salad because it's so labor intensive and then you eat it really fast. It's all eaten up. But the one that they have, hopefully they still have it. Oh, look at that. It's making butterfly patterns on the glue, with the glue. They have kind of like this home style something potato salad there. And it's really good. I really like it. It's as good as homemade, which most of them, I cannot say that about. Most of the pre-made ones, you know. Okay, so it has just this nice color on the back. Big scissors. While hubby interrupted, I grabbed some things. One of them was the big scissors. I should probably just trim this straight. I think I will. Yeah, that looks good. I don't have a corner rounder. We'll just go straight corners. We can always, you know, maybe later we'll decide to round them. journal card. Boom. Journal card done. And then I have these out because I just wanted to use them as bases. I had a plan for this one. What was I going to do with you? This I wanted as a base. Let's put the butterflies away. So that one didn't work. That's too bad. The seals did not work. So, oh, you know what else I forgot to do? I'm working on the dirty side of my mat. And I try to flip it before I do anything. You know, just so that it looks pretty for you guys, but forgot to do that. So you're seeing the dirty side of the mat, but I try to do my working on the dirty side so that the clean side stays clean. Okay, we have faith, hope, and love. Thought that would be pretty on there. I got this little scrap right here. This is packaging from things that were in my shop that never sold or whatever, so I've kept the packaging. It's the most valuable thing to me, apparently. I think that would look good right there. Maybe so. I have a punch that is ticket stub, but in the absence of that, you know what you can do? You can use your hole punch. Oops. Went a little deep. You can use your hole punch and make your own ticket stub corner. That'll do. Yeah, it won't. No, I don't like it. I think I went a little too deep with my punch. Let's try it again. I'll try it just a little less of a curve. There, that's better. That's better. Practice makes perfect. Okay. I will ink up all of these. This is a scrap from something, somewhere of something. I think it was part of a, some printables that my friend gave me, but I don't remember. I just found it in with my ephemera, so. Okay, there's that, but it needs a little something else. Maybe we could use a little scrap of this book page. Yep. I guess we better ink this one too because the other two are inked, so that will give it some continuity. As you know, sometimes I ink, sometimes I don't. So just kind of depends on the moment, the mood of the moment. Okay, and I could even staple this if I want. So this is a little piece of Tim Holtz. I think this was Tim Holtz ephemera, this little fake game card. But you could do it with a real game card too. If you have a bunch. That needs to go to there. Okay, we're gonna glue. I want it to line up just exactly right. Guess there's a little bit of give with that art glitter glue, not much though. Gotta put this in the center where I can see. Okay, gonna run a line here. Use straight. Straight is really critical. We'll put this on. Glue under the edge, glue on this edge. Put that on the right direction. There we go. There, now we have a little tiny journal card. How cute is that? Needs a little more glue right there. So cute. And maybe later I'll add some glitter to the rose, we'll see. We will see, I won't promise. Actually, it would look good with a staple right there. I have green staples in. I'm gonna do it. Which then kind of interrupts the journaling space back here. I'll have to smash that down later. I always feel bad. Yeah, that looks cute. I would feel badly if I found out somebody got injured from a staple, so try not to do that. Okay, I think I was thinking this would go on here, and that one of these items would go on top. These are just cut out from a book, a botanical book. I did not fussy cut. If I had fussy cut, I would have gone in. I fussy tore. This one's in the same color scheme, so it blends in too much. I don't want too much gray, but I could. What I'm going to do is loosely cut around, giving us the idea that we did, that we trimmed around it, but not being too precise, because I'm too lazy to be too precise. That was another thing when I first came back into paper crafting and fussy cutting. I'm like, what is fussy cutting? So I started in watching this one lady, and she doesn't make videos anymore, it's too bad, but she did some seriously amazing, intricate cutting. And she has the, what is that condition called? MCS, right? Multiple chemical sensitivity. So she was pretty much indoors all the time. She did some beautiful work. And she was in the Netherlands or possibly Sweden, somewhere in that region. I can't remember exactly because I haven't watched her for a long time. She would just do some amazing stuff. She did more of the mini albums. So I started out watching her, and that's where I learned about fussy cutting. And she would be what I would call a fussy cutting artist. I like what I'm doing here, but it needs something else. I have no idea what. Needs something else under there. Maybe it just needs a little scrap of book page. Book page solves everything. Book page and music. Solves a world of problems. Where are we at? Okay, I need to wrap this up because my timer is going to beep in a minute. I think music is the ticket here. Let's throw that over there. I have little scraps over here. There. I'm just going to tear off the whole strip and see what I like. Okay, now all I have to do is remember what I'm doing. What I should do is have inked that whole edge first. Let's do that. Then wherever I tear it, it will be fine. Yeah, I'm just trying to use up all these pieces I'm sick to death of looking at. So I don't know if I've made a coherent thought yet in this whole video, but go check out my shop because I will be adding fabric flips and pre-made ephemera bases from neutral papers like book page and music and things. And watch on my community tab so I can announce to you exactly when I get them in there. I've been so busy making and then trying to film that haven't actually done the listing part yet, but I just want you to know that's coming, and keep checking back, you know. What do you think? Now this one would get glued to something else, I think, so I think green staples are perfectly fine here because they tie in. Okay, and then I'll just put a little bit of glue right there. That is so different from what I usually do, but I like it. Yeah, and then it can just even be, see, like on a tag. Maybe we'll just do that. No, nobody will get injured from these staples. It looks pretty. Nice. Okay, turning all these bits and pieces I'm sick to death of looking at into usable things. So that's nice. Now I gotta find you guys a quote. Gotta go grab it so that we can wrap up the video. Okay, so let's see what we made. Ooh, that would look really cool under there, wouldn't it? Okay, maybe that'll be my next thing. Oh, and that one would look really cool under there. Ooh, so I guess I know what I'm doing when I turn off the camera. Neat, neato. Now, he's listening. That can either be comforting or sinister. You decide. Okay, let's clean that off. Put the little pin back in the glue. Oop, there we go. I like this. Oh, I'm gonna clip these guys together so now I remember what I'm doing. And let's see, so what did we get done? Got a few things done. Here, scoot out of the way. So we made tags here out of a music cover, the sheet for some music book. So we made 2 tags. We made this little guy just now out of pieces. We cut out, I gotta scoot these guys out of the way. Oh, I wanted this to be a tab on something. I think I wanted it to be a tab on here, a pull tab, so I'll do that. We made a journal card. We tried to figure out what to do with these and we did not find a solution. And we cut out all of these so we can decorate ephemera with some Monets. That's really pretty. So this is water lilies and then this is water lilies up close. It's that part. Get a 2-for-1 on that deal. And then his sunflowers. We got those cut out. And then we started cutting out some of these labels here, which is good. I need to just get them out so I can take care of them. We practice using the Coloozle, and then we also have this little guy, which I will be finding some muslin and I will back him and then put him on this piece. And he'll be so stinking cute. Can't wait, he's adorbs. Totes adorbs. We were in Scotland, you know, so my brother runs with academics, right? And I have been living with teenage and college age girls for quite some time. So I told him something was totes adorbs and he's like, what did you just say? I said, it's teen speak for totally adorable. And he's like, never say that again. So of course, being the big sister, I tried to find a few more opportunities to say totes adorbs when we were together. Oh, this is Cricut, sorry. I just wanted you to see everything. There we go. Yeah, that's it. So anyway, it was funny. I'm like, that's totes adorbs, don't you think, Bill? It's like, no, no, it's not. But he has teenage sons. It's just that he's not used to, they're kind of, well, the older one, Liam, he's pretty shy and reticent. Cole has a little more spunky personality. He's a little more outgoing, but I think he always feels a little bit out of place because of that, because Liam is so reserved that Cole always feels like he's an oddity, but he's not. He's totally fine. But they're definitely not going around saying totes adorbs. Oh, I just got a kick out of that. Totes adorbs. What? It's totes adorbs, Bill. Anyhow, okay, let me grab the quote of the day and then we will wind it up. So today we are using a quote from Charles Dickens, and it says, cheerfulness and contentment are great beautifiers and are famous preservers of good looks. Charles Dickens. I don't know what book he would have written that in, but anyway, cheerfulness and contentment are great beautifiers and are famous preservers of good looks. So there you go. There's your beauty advice for the day. Cheerfulness, contentment, and a preserver of good looks. All right, that goes for men and women, right? Smile lines are the best kind of lines to have, don't you think? Right, everybody, that wraps it up for another session. I hope you guys are having a good day or a good week or whenever you're watching this. So until next time, be inspired and do something creative today. And I will talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.